The light is something weird. Is the light okay?
No, it's totally fine. Yeah, you're fine.
Can you make it further away? It's like so bright in my eyes.
Yeah, sure. Or it's probably just bright here.
Yeah. Like I can't hardly see.
There we go. Better?
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now they all know the light was too bright. Yeah, they can see me. Wow, it's amazing. I cannot see. It's so wild. I used to be well. I need to drink 2 Shakeologies a day.
I don't know what they're...
Hello?
Hey.
I don't see. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear? There.
Yeah.
Are we? Hi.
How are you, sweetie?
I was muted, then you were muted, and then
I couldn't see you.
here I am. Can you see me now? I'm
Yeah.
actually, I got some dark lighting in my hat on, so I gotta
good.
represent. So Isabelle's super cute, first of all, because first she has the best accent in the world. But I would always go live with my Thrive videos, and she would come on, and I was like so tickled that she like was watching and commenting and just kind of had the same views. And I'm just excited, like how cool is it, guys, that we have like the founder, you know, creator of Shakeology on here.
Co-creator.
Co-creator. Okay, well, Darren's not on, so we'll just, you know, 5149 we'll say, okay? Let's just say that, because, you know, girl
But then I have to
power.
remember all the big words, and that's his job.
Well, you know what? If you say them wrong, we'll think it's your accent anyway, so don't worry. So I sent over like 5 questions to Isabelle, but I want her to just really dive. And guys, take notes, listen to this, because I know we get these questions all the time. And of course, Isabelle, being the co-creator, speaks so highly, of course, of just not just nutrition and everything, but really about eating whole. And, you know, with the development of Daily Sunshine and being organic for children, because she has children and her husband eats pizza, you know, Carl, all the time. He has like the worst nutrition habits in the world. So trying to get vegetables in him, bless you for that.
He's perfect. He's a perfect compliment.
Oh, is that because this is, yeah, it's definitely, you had to have that teeter-totter going.
Inspires me all the time.
Aw, that's sweet. I'll have to send him this video too. So I'm going to give you the floor. Talking about Shakeology. Did Colin give you the questions?
He did, but I usually read them and I move along because I don't like to feel rehearsed, and I don't like to think of my answers unless I need legal to move through it first.
Right.
I let people ask me again because I don't know, that way it's more fun for me too.
I agree. And I know my team will probably have questions. I know a big question was the whole Daily Sunshine organic, Shakeology not certified organic. But the thing is it's comprised of organic ingredients. It's just not certified, right?
Yes. One of the main challenge with the Shakeology product is the 60+ ingredients. So the amount of ingredients in Shakeology as compared to a few in Daily Sunshine, that's not by chance, that's on purpose. And also the fact that the Shakeology ingredients are coming from all around the world. Therefore, getting the certification from people in Peru, I always use that example because we realized dealing with them how challenging it would be to teach them how to do it according to the organic here in the United States, teach them all the paperwork, language barrier. They've been doing things a certain way for hundreds of years. Detraining them would be challenging for them, and also they would have to charge us more, and therefore we would have to charge you more. So all these things makes it quite challenging. But yes, you're right. We do test every single ingredient. We do clean and sanitize facilities. We do test between our own batches. We do visit the farmers. We do test the soil. We test the ingredients over there once it arrives. before and after we process it in the most delicate kind of way possible, in order to get the constituents of the plants. So we do all we can, and we have a very high standard. So it is as good as a certification for organic, if not better, when we can. And so we process it, and we do the same with the Daily Sunshine. But in the Daily Sunshine, because of the fewer ingredients, we are actually capable of getting the certification. But one of the reasons why I wanted to create this shake, there's many reasons, but one of them was to give that to parents. Because I was being asked over and over again to get the organic certification. So I wanted to try to give them a product where they can actually see the stamps. We constantly strive to get the stamps on as many ingredients as we can in the Shakeology, but you have to have a certain amount to be able to get the stamp on the bag. We have not been able to do that, but we can do all that, and the gluten-free and the dairy-free and soy-free. We try to do all we can with the Daily Sunshine, because it's a simpler formula, meaning giving you what you've been asking for. There is an option if, for whatever reason, the Shakeology is not for you. That option is amazing for kids. It's designed for kids. But all parents who buy it for their kids take it. I take it. Carl takes it. Because it's fruit, vegetable, healthy fats, fiber, probiotic. It's whole food. It's simple. Full serving of fruit and vegetables. It's just, there's nothing wrong with it for an adult. But I made it as simple, as not scary on the label. So every ingredient you will know and recognize. And the foundation of it is really about getting those fruit, vegetable, fiber, protein that your kids desperately need. It is challenging to get them to eat it. And so it was trying to lighten up the battle between kids and parents, and also to help you, I was giving an example a while back where if my kid really, really wants vegetable, and anyone who has parents, we try every day to get it, the protein, the vegetable, something with fiber, but there's days where you just don't want the battle. So I know that there's a few days where he just wants the pasta. He's in the mood, and you can feel it in them. Like there's days where you could just tell, not today, mama, just give me my pasta. But my son is very sensitive to sugar. So I would give him, and he thought I was just sort of spoiling him, but I would give him, I said, I'll give you a Daily Sunshine, and then you can have your pasta. And he's like, yeah.
Right.
Because it tastes like a, delicious smoothie. So he felt like a win-win situation. But for me, it helped me make sure that his blood sugar wouldn't spike with just a bowl of pasta. So I would give him the Daily Sunshine. He had a very balanced, healthy, full snack. And then I would give him the pasta. So it's sort of useful in all these different situations. Running out the door, they get up late, you gotta go. You give them a Daily Sunshine. It's the basic foundation aliment. I don't know if it's an English word.
It sounds better than what we say, so I'll take it.
The basic food that you want them to have. So if you're rushing in the morning, bam. If you add a bit of avocado or almond butter, even a little bit of coconut oil, they don't taste it. It's very sweet, Daily Sunshine. It's according to their taste buds. So it's very sweet, so very easy to camouflage stuff. If you have the Boost Green, put a little scoop in there, they'll never taste it. So you can rush out the door and still know that they have a belly full of good stuff. And so on and on I could go. So it was very specific, the Daily Sunshine. It's still yummy for us. We can all use more fat, more protein, more fiber, more veggies, more fruits, but it was designed for them. 4 years and up.
If there's a child, now my daughter, she likes Daily Sunshine, but she really loves the vegan vanilla Shakeology. There's never been like a like a, how much should I give my kid on the Shakeology? Because I'm somebody where, hey, if you don't want the daily sunshine or we're out and you'll drink the Shakeology, okay. So do you have a recommendation? Is that something you can talk about with having children and the Shakeology?
I can go so far, and
Right.
then legally there's certain places I can't go, and
He'll mute you.
What?
He will mute you if you go too far. So,
so basically, the Shakeology, many kids, apparently not yours though, many kids will not quite gravitate toward it the way they go for Daily Sunshine. We think it's delicious, but we usually dress it up, right? The Daily Sunshine, you can literally just put water, shake and go, and it's cold liquid. Any cold liquid will make it delicious. But the Daily Sunshine, the Shakeology sometimes has a little bit of a bitterness or a little bit of something in there that a lot of kids will drink like a third and sort of put it away. And therefore, they're not getting the full dose of whatever you're wanting them to have. That's one of the challenges we had with Shakeology. They would have just a little bit. Or we had an opposite challenge. Some parents were funky because the Shakeology is a very complex formula. Lots of stuff in there and adaptogen. So some parents were intimidated with that, and knowing that we also say it's not designed for young kids, right? So they were hesitant, or their pediatrician would not know much about these ingredients, so we're also hesitant. So you have to, as a mother, bring the Shakeology back to your doctor and decide together how you feel about it. That being said, Shakeology and Daily Sunshine are whole food based. It's whole food ingredients, low glycemic, clean, very bioavailable, but it comes down to one is specifically designed to bring these very specific ingredients in your child's diet that I was going to say that most kids don't get enough of, but it's beyond. When I started getting involved with the research, it is beyond what I thought. Kids really don't have enough fiber, healthy fat, forget about it, and vegetable and fruits. It's just like, I just couldn't believe it. So I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize how bad it was. So the more I investigated about it, the more crazy I became about this shake, because I realized that it was deeply needed at the quality level, the standard that this shake, just like all the stuff we do, is created upon. So it really is potent whole food based.
Yeah, I think it's like a good
difference. One is very complex, but not bad, but just complex. And depending of who you are, you may or may not gravitate toward it, or your kids may not really, really love it. The other one is really, we tested with hundreds of kids. It's really adjusted to their taste buds, and specifically for age 4 and above that just don't eat the right stuff. To balance their diet as an amazing snack. And the simplicity of it, the fact that they can make it themselves, they seem to enjoy that a lot. It makes them feel independent. They can bring them at school. If they have nothing but cold water at school, you know that if they have to eat the pizza that is crappy pizza at the school, but all the kids have it and they love it, and sometimes you feel guilty because you're always saying no. Well, give him a Daily Sunshine. Let him have his pizza once a week, whatever is right for you. But it's all these occasions. So it's similar foundation, but quite different products. Right. Does that mean that one is not good for both? No, of course, both can work for the whole family, but some of it is on your own judgment.
Yeah, it's like I always tell people it's like an insurance plan. On the days you do have that crappy pizza, at least they had this and they're good to go and they can put it back quickly. So, well, I'm going to start with the first question, really. I mean, I know we were talking, but about what separates, I'm sure you get this a lot because we get it a lot, Shakeology from others on the market. And I'll preface this with, I know a lot of people look at Shakeology as a protein shake, and I never say it is. And it's not. It's like saying eating pizza is eating dairy. yeah, there's dairy in it, but you wouldn't eat pizza to get the calcium from the dairy. So maybe you could decipher that, because I think that's a big misconception that you can go to GNC and get a cheap protein. Go ahead. This is entirely something different.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just did the Super Saturday, and I dealt with that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that comes from. Perhaps because shake became popular with like the protein bodybuilder thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is why it's sort of anchored in people's mind. And it's been marketed a lot, protein, you need protein. So none of us at the Beachbody company were that preoccupied in worrying that you didn't have enough protein. We all feel like you probably know where to get it.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're very concerned about is all the ingredients that are greatly lacking in the people's diets, all the ingredients that are common to all human beings, and all of it as much as possible based on whole food. So what we're looking for is a balanced diet, a balanced shake that brings together all these common denominator, all these ingredients that we all very much needs to be healthy and thriving in our physical bodies. And so nobody's gonna fight you on the fact, no matter what the philosophies are, that the fact that superfood, antioxidants, phytonutrients, superfruit, fiber, protein, fat, prebiotic, probiotic, digestive enzymes, that all these elements are crucial to your health. Nobody's going to debate that. Most of us will agree on it. So we went all around the world to put these ingredients in the highest quality we could find, the most bioavailable we can find, and we try to put it together in a synergistic way that will bring more potency, enhance what they do together. Just like, how a mother and a father together, they bring different elements, but they enhance each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. The synergy of all these ingredients, the balance, all of them in this shake makes them all together even better. So it was these ingredients that are missing for your health. I call them the missing links. This is what we're after with the shake. So we're not after a certain particular thing, but what do we all desperately need? And the potency are clean and how bioavailable. That's what we want. We want to make sure that whatever we put in this bag, we can also put probiotic, digestive enzymes, and some fiber. Microbiome is also helped so that you can actually digest, process, and extract the constituent, the chemicals, the phytonutrients, the antioxidants, and so on from the food so that it serves you. So does that make sense? That is far from a protein shake. Does it have a good amount of protein in it? Of course,
right.
Because it's all about balance. So even the shake itself is well balanced between the protein, the carbs, and the fiber, and low glycemic, the low level of sugars in it. So it's all about balance and about synergy and about helping your body get what it needs from Mother Earth.
I think that when you lead with it being a nutritious shake instead of I drink this protein shake.
Well, this is why Cole calls it the healthiest meal of the day.
Yep.
There's no better title.
Yep.
We're trying to give you one shake, one place, at least once a day, that we know that you've got all that stuff in that little scoop.
Yep, all in one, which is pretty amazing.
Little thing. It looks naive, but it's loaded.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to bring her on every single message that I have, like a little video of you. But but going back, so I know we talked about the organic and Shakeology, and I just for the team, so they know, these 70 superfoods from all over the world. Now, some of these foods, and that's what I want to know first and foremost, Isabelle, is that we're getting them from these exotic places that it's not certified organic, but technically it is. It's like getting grass-fed butter, I feel like, from Ireland. It's not organic, but it's really, really good. Can you just maybe talk a little bit about that? That everyone's so obsessed with these labels. I'm like, yeah, but you have to understand, like, in Ireland, they may not be, oh, this is a certified organic farm, but they haven't done anything to it for years. That's not what they practice in, that country. So getting that grass-fed butter is better than getting that organic butter and things like that. So with Shakeology not having those certifications, it's like it's coming from these exotic places that have never seen the pesticides that we've seen in America.
Or, it's such a complex subject. It really is. And there are many answers and many angles of it, and none of it is simple. And there is a place where the Beachbody crowd, all of us at the company had to sit down and make choices. You talk about grass-fed. Grass-fed is not black and white. Mm-hmm. It's grass-fed in a certain way. It's cleaner, but another way, some of the feed are conventionally grown grains. Mm-hmm. So it will be, whatever, 60, 65, 50%, 55, 70 grass-fed finished, but the grain may be GMO grains. Mm-hmm. But they require a certain level of certain elements to stamp it. So none of it in our world is clean and black and white. Mm-hmm. It is very, very difficult. This is why the whole point of this whole certification thing is that we decided to invest in a very, what's the word in English? A very sophisticated team. So most companies cannot afford the kind of team we have. Our R&D team, our guys that check for safety and toxicity, all the people I mentioned that travel all around the world, that sit down with these farmers, with the suppliers, with the vendors, talk about quality control, a high standard that we keep, because even when you do get the stamp, it doesn't mean it's all that you think it is. Right. Does that mean you don't look for the stamp? No, we've got to encourage our farmers and all the people that are striving to eliminate herbicides, pesticides from their crops, and it's a hell of a job that we've got on our hands. So when I have this conversation, I'm very careful. I do not want to tell people that means it's useless to look for organic stamp. No. We've got to look for all of it. Mm-hmm. But it is becoming challenging for all the stuff that I've said and that you mentioned as well. So when we can get an organic ingredient that does pass our high standard mm-hmm. tests, we grab it when it passes all our tests, regardless of the stamps or no stamps. And also, do we have enough volume? We sell a lot of Shakeology, mm-hmm. and we need a lot of everything. So often we don't have enough mm-hmm. of a particular ingredient that may be a good quality, but will not suffice for the volume that we need monthly. Right. And so that adds complication to our system, because we have to make sure we have enough for at least a year or two ahead of time. So that's a whole other thing that is not easy to manage. So sometimes we do get products that are organic and they don't pass the test. Mm-hmm. They're not that great according to our standard. So we're living that line where, because of 60 plus ingredients, because of all around the world, and dealing with people that don't speak English, people that are far away, that are been cultivating their land a certain way, and on it goes, the price for them, for us, the volume, and the fact that a lot of these suppliers will not pass our tests, our rigorous testing. Mm-hmm. And so we decided to just keep our expert and keep on testing like mad and keep on cultivating true relationship. Most of these deals happen on the phone. People never meet. Mm-hmm. And it's a trust value of a stamps or just a trust. But we learned the hard way that you have to test. That's the only way you know the truth. And so we decided to invest in that, so that regardless of stamp or no stamps, it's all very low. We make sure that that organic and us, sometimes we do better than them. So meaning that our standards are even higher. So that's what we decided to do. That being said, like the matcha green tea and the chaga mushroom, mm-hmm. Whenever we can get enough and it's organic, stamped, and it passes our tests, then we go for it.
Mm-hmm. I love that, because I think A lot of people are getting stuck on the labels now, which I think is good. More and more people are
I
getting
get it.
aware.
I get it.
But I think
I
that
get it. I don't have a simple answer. It's the truth. It's our process, and we share it with you. But I understand.
I love that though, because it's, I mean, the way you dissected it down, it would be nearly impossible to try and certify that with I mean, Canada has different regulations than
Oh
us.
my God. It's different in England, in America, and in Canada. We all have different FDA kind of regulations. That alone is another thing.
I'm like, can we please get the ultimate reset in Canada? Please. But they do. They just have different regulations and we just have to follow them. So that was great. Okay, 2 more questions. What are the top, I know it's probably going to be a quick, this is hard, but what are the top 3 ingredients in Shakeology that have the most benefits? Like if you had to say, Carl was like, Isabelle, you just got to pick 3. Just pick 3. If you could say that and why. I didn't say it. Let's pretend Carl did.
Well, you know, there's several things going on in my head. One is,
Yeah.
if I say those 3 and then people say, oh, what are these other 3 that I thought were so fantastic, or Darren said these 3, like I can get into a whole debate that's like useless.
Yeah.
Second, the whole shake is based on that particular synergy that I discussed with you. So we were not aiming for the top blah blah blah. We were aiming for a synergy of ingredients. And then actually 4 things. The third one, I was thinking, it depends who you are and what you need, right? So if you're a person that really, 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 you know, my hubby, if you're a person that do not eat any greens whatsoever, the superfruit and super greens will be very valuable to you. If you're a person who has no fiber in your diet, and that's most of us, and we literally, like we get nothing fiber in our diet. It's ridiculous. And then we wonder why we don't go number 2 on a regular basis.
Yep.
Very simple fix, but we don't do it. So that will be very valuable to you. If you're a person who really, really looks for the adaptogen mushrooms and herbs in there because of your level of stress or some kind of crisis that's happening in your life, that will be something you'll sort of be attracted to in the shake. So to me, depending of who you are and what your needs are, those particular ingredients will be more valuable in your head. But the truth is, you need all of those. All of these ingredients you need, it's all of that together that your body needs to deal with all I just said. See, the body is not the mind. The mind needs black and white, right and wrong, yes or no, this category and that category, and now I'm clear, now I understand, I can proceed. That has nothing to do with your body. Your body is a complex engine that requires a lot of different nutrients from very different sources, and it needs to have it all together in a certain way in order to be able to function well, because you have deeply complex systems in your body. If any of you start studying the body, the immune system, the endocrine system, you start looking at what it does every day, all day long, day and night, the intelligence and the intricacies of its functioning, you would be amazed, and you wouldn't be denying miracles, because your bodies are miracles in the making every day. What they do is unbelievable, and there's nothing simple and black and white. The body's needs are multiple. There's many variables, many things they need. And so for me, knowing all that stuff, having been deeply immersed in all of that my whole life, as Isabelle, is not a person who's very good at black and white. This is why I talk too much all the time. This is why when people bring me on a Zoom call and say, in 1 sentence, tell me, I'm like, oh. I have Carl on this call. He's great at that. He compliments me so well. But I'm not a one-liner person, because the people's health, my own health, life itself, human beings, none of us, to me, are that simple. It's a complexity of emotional, spiritual, psychological, physical, needs that together makes us who we are, but we all have different levels of each, different needs depending of what, right, depending of your life and your background, your family. So the body to me is a representation of our complexity as beings. And so it's very challenging for me. I like moringa. I love probiotic, prebiotic. I love my adaptogen mushrooms. It'd be hard for me if I was told
to pick.
It'd be very hard. I'd be like, but are you focusing on pregnant women, teenage girls, mothers of 2, menopause? What? You're killing me here. Like, it'd be so hard. I love them all. I value all of them. I love the simple broccoli. The broccolis are amazing. And we forget that our basic veggies are amazing, i.e. the daily sunshine. So I can't answer that question truthfully.
Okay.
Or whatever I would say now, a month from now, I could change my mind and say something else.
How did you come up with the ingredients of Shakeology? Like, you must have thought like, how did you get those ingredients and, you know, not another adaptogen or something that, like, what made you go, this is it, this is Shakeology?
Super simple. It's just like you can prepare all sorts of dinners for your family, but at some point you've just got to decide, because they're going to be hungry and they want something on their plates. So it's kind of like that. There's so many different things we could have done. We have so many more ideas in our heads, so many different blends that we could have produced. But at some point we had to make the decisions. Darren and I are in love with so many aspect of nature. And there's more and more, and technology also is allowing us to utilize some ingredients that we could not 5 or 10 years ago. So as technology evolved, there's ingredients that were not available to us that now can be. So we could have done 10 different type of Shakeology, some more complex, some less complex. But at some point, depending with all the there's some words in English, the prerequisite that that we needed will be whole food based. It will be clean, no herbicide, no GMO, no pesticides, bioavailable, delicate, gentle, state of the art way of processing these herbs and botanicals. So we had certain standards, and according to that, what we could get. And sometimes there's ingredients we wanted, and like I said, that we didn't have enough of, or the source that we were testing, we just couldn't get. So we had to eliminate some ingredients of our list. And according to this prerequisite, we narrowed it down to some ingredients, and it became the Shakeology. Also, sometimes the pungent taste, or the depending of that's our amazing suits at the company would say, we just can't blend these several ingredients together. This particular thing it just doesn't work taste wise. Like, we've got to find something else. So that also would eliminate some ingredients where we just couldn't make it taste palatable for you guys, because we knew it had to be yummy so that you would want to reach for it every day. And it's important to have it every day. This is not just a sales pitch. It's like, you can't say, I'm going to have an amazing dinner on Monday, all my greens, perfectly balanced plate, and I'm good for the whole week. You know that you've got to eat healthy every day, several times a day. You don't have one glass of water and you're done for the day. You have to have several glasses of waters to be healthy. So it's the same thing with the shake. You have to have it every day, like anything else, because your body requires these elements every day. And so we knew we had to make it tasty. And so all these variables made it that eventually we narrowed it down. It took about 2 years at least to get that to get there. And I think even longer to get the taste right, because we didn't want to use artificial flavoring. It had to be natural. So we had to find a natural way to make all that stuff gel together and taste good.
So how do you feel about people? I get asked a lot if people can have Shakeology twice a day. And
I think that's fine about it. I have it twice a day often.
Yeah, I tell them that too, but I think so many people are so worked up about the overload of vitamins and minerals. And I don't think we're really even getting that much.
No, we don't. Again, our safety team, they make sure that we don't overload you that way. So I don't know if I can say that legally or
Right.
officially. It's a good question to ask my team just to make sure I'm saying things right. But I believe that it would be safe to have two.
Right.
Because a lot of it is whole food based, we update our vitamins all the time, and we always make sure we have a team that is making sure that you will not overload on anything. So that's my that's my Isabelle answer. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that one, but I'll check.
Okay, good.
Listen. If more than one or two, I'll say more than one was dangerous, I would be dead. Trust me.
You're looking pretty good, Isabelle. I think we're okay. You're looking pretty good. So
we have an amazing team and outside experts that are testing our shake and really making sure that is all very well regulated. So you can feel safe.
Wonderful. I want to say thank you for coming on. I feel like I want to go have one right now. I could listen to you talk all day long. I love when Carl brings you on and then he kind of, then you're gone. I'm like, I want to learn more, but thank you so much. I love, they do Shakeology podcasts. They were doing that for a while. Those are such a wealth of information.
Oh, good.
And Isabelle's on YouTube with all different information about pregnancy.
Yes, please go. And we're trying to make a few more. We're trying to do more. We're testing the system to see if you go for it, if you utilize these tools, and if it becomes a popular way, we are trying to do that. We would love to see you utilize this sort of FAQ on video, so like a question and answer, a few minutes. And if that becomes popular, we will try, Darren and I, to pop those out, and so that you can also pass that along. But there's already a few available, and I'm glad you're saying that, because that is the purpose. It's not to just watch myself talk or go through makeup, which I can't stand. But it works though.
Yeah.
But it's really to be useful and to make sure that you have a simple way to share the information about Shakeology and the Daily Sunshine.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. My team says thank you. Have a wonderful night. I'm feel so I have so much information in my head now, but now I feel so much better about passing it on from what you've said.
Good.
So I've recorded this.
Post the video, and
I will
post the video. Then because I'm very simpleton with technology. When it goes people tag me, then I can click and then I put it on my Facebook page so that people can share it. So
absolutely,
whatever information is valuable, people can go all over the web and find it. And that's the purpose.
Yes, absolutely. I will share it right to you. I'll put it right on your page. But thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being on. Give her a big wave and a virtual thank you.
Yes, thank you guys. Lovely seeing you and lovely being here with you.
Thank you, Isabelle. I know. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.